Am I the butthole for breaking a child's heart for money? Sorry, it's my first time posting because I'm really desperate and need advice. Also, English isn't my first language, so sorry about that too. So I'm 23 female, babysitting since 2 years for a single mom. She paid me fair for this, and for 1.5 years I was babysitting 2 times a week her child, 5, and in the last half year it was 3 times a week. The father of the girl was never in the picture, and she had multiple babysitters since she was very little. Because her mother works every day like 10 hours or more, she works in a very stressful but very well-paying job in the finance world, she doesn't see her much. She had like 3 babysitters before me, and now it was only me and another one. At first she didn't like me and always cried about everything and threw tantrums. But after months of me comforting her while also setting rules, she started loving me, and I really love her. But her mother gave me more and more to do. First it was 2 times a week for 4 hours in the afternoon. But since 6 months it was 3 times a week for 6 hours. I'm studying to become a teacher, and I didn't need the extra hours or money, but I needed more time for studying. This semester my university expected all students to go into schools and experience the real lessons and daily life. My school was very happy with me helping out a few times, and they offered me a job. Whenever a teacher would be ill, which happens nearly every day because it's a big school, I could get a call and they would ask me if I wanted to take the lesson, but I could also say no. They would pay me €10 for an hour more than my babysitter job. I really hesitated at first, but it would be also better for my future, so I decided to do so. When I told the mother of my babysitter child about it, she screamed at me and cried. She said that since her child now loves me and accepted me, it was heartless and cruel for me to go. And that I'm breaking a young girl's heart only for money, and maybe she will have trust issues because of this. I was shocked and really sad, and I felt guilty. I called my mom to talk about this, and while she agreed that it's better for my future to take the job at the school, she also said that she wouldn't do it because a child is always more important than money. Now I feel like a heartless monster and don't know if I'm the for this. I agree that a child is more important than money, but I don't know. It's not my child, and I don't know if this is a butthole move. Edit. I read a lot of comments, but I can't answer every single of them. First of all, thank you for the bottom of my heart for all the messages. It's very kind of you, and I feel not so guilty anymore. So I will take this school job. Due to COVID, the mom works from home, and I wrote her some good nanny and babysitter agency. I will babysit for the next 4 weeks, if it's necessary due to mom being at home, and will slowly talk and adjust the girl to me not being around anymore. I will not work for them past this 4 weeks, but I said that occasionally, like 2 or 3 times in a half year or something like that, I could visit them both, when they are home together. I asked my mother why she isn't supportive of me, and she said that's because she can emphasis with the mother due to the fact she was a single mother as well, but I didn't have any babysitter. But she said she was sorry and will try to be supportive. Thank you everyone. NTA, the mom sounds manipulative. You have to set boundaries and put yourself first here. You have to set up your future. You don't want to be working for this lady forever, right? Op needs to read this. She's being emotionally manipulated into keeping her job as a babysitter, but there is no future in that job. That mom is using her child to prevent original poster from leaving. Op, please leave. It's sad for the kid, but it will also be a lesson. Sometimes people come and go in life, and she can still see you occasionally. You're not abandoning her. You are making sure that you have a future. Hey, so yes, I really read a lot of comments and I couldn't see it from the start, but I see now that this is very manipulative behavior from the mother. I really feel for her because it's often hard as a woman to have a career and a child, and this girl is so sweet, but you all are right. I will take this job and try to enjoy it the most. Thank you all very much for your help. Also, I hope you'll not be taking too heavily the words of your mom. You have a job. You're not this child's parent. Perhaps you can arrange to still see the child and babysit for fewer hours or when the mom needs a backup, but the mom is definitely being manipulative. Your career is very important here. Make no mistake, if the mom became disenchanted with you for some reason, you'd be let go. Children see teachers and sitters come and go. It's a part of life and something they need to learn to cope with. NTA. What gets me about this situation is the mother, and even your own mother, trying to use the money versus child argument. No. What career are you going into, Op? Teaching, right? What does that involve? Children. That's child but plural. So this lady is telling you her one child is more important than you affecting the lives of multiple children every day? Sorry, nope. To quote Spock, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. You owe it to yourself to become a great teacher. You've already helped that one child. It's time to help others now. Totally agree. If you take this argument further, it could be said that the child's mother is putting money above her child by working. It's ludicrous. Op. NTA. Take the school job and do not listen to either the child's mother or your mother. Do not put your life on hold for your employer's child. Girl, take the school job. I had multiple babysitters when I was a kid and have no trust issues. I barely remember them. The school job sounds like it is a stepping stone in your career, whereas the babysitting job is most definitely not. This isn't really about the money so much as advancing in what you want to do as a career. You are making the right choice for yourself, and you have to be your first priority. Enjoy the new job. If your mom gives you any more grief about how you should be choosing the child over money, that's a decision for her parent to make, not you. She's choosing her career and the money it brings over spending time with her child, isn't she? Why is that okay? Not shaming any working parents, just pointing out mom's hypocrisy. The mother won't hesitate to drop you the minute it suits her, however attached her child is, so don't feel guilty. You're not a proxy parent, and it's not your responsibility. I'm so glad you made this decision. I really wanted to ask though, why did your mom say she wouldn't do it because a child is always more important than money? First of all, it's not just money, it's your career and future. You didn't leave the kid to go work at a dead-end job for the extra $10. And second, it's not your child. Does your mom have the belief that a babysitting job is a 5+ year-long commitment where you should stay with the child no matter what, until they no longer need a sitter? I found the comment very odd considering we are talking about her daughter's, your, future here. I thought the same thing. Also, this child is more important than money thing sounds good on paper, but doesn't hold water in this case. If the child was more important than money, then by that logic, there shouldn't even be a babysitter because the mother should be with her child. But kids got to eat, so the mom has to work. And guess what? Original poster has to work too. She's building toward a potential lifelong career working with many children and potentially preparing herself for her own family someday if she chooses. It's the right decision by any logical metric. Good for you. Well done. You are going to make a wonderful teacher. Former nanny here. I worked for wealthy families with busy, high-power executive-type parents and just, yikes. Having a nanny or babysitter you can rely on is really great for parents with busy careers, and you may adore the kids and the family, but at the end of the day, it is still a business relationship. You've done nothing wrong by politely giving notice that you'll be moving on to a different job. The mother has done wrong by trying to manipulate you and make you feel bad. The proper response from her would have been saying she's sorry to see you go but understands, some discussion on your last day of work, maybe ask if you have any friends you'd recommend to replace you, and an offer to meet up on occasion so you can see the kiddo again if you like. All this hysterics and you're breaking her heart. And guilt tripping is extremely unprofessional and not something I'd tolerate from a client. You know it's manipulation when she defaulted to shaming you and having a little tantrum instead of, say, asking if she could offer you a raise, etc. first. Right? This is bonkers. Is she expected to raise the child then? Op, go live your life. Not the butthole. Maybe original poster can work on a transition plan with the child, be a good opportunity to explore grief and loss in a relatively safe environment, by that I mean no death. Imagine being so self-absorbed you can choose to spend more time on your career than with your child, and then be mad at the person you're paying to watch your kid the whole time for choosing to pursue their own career over watching your child while you work. It's not even good manipulation. If it's only for money and the mom has a very well-paying job in the finance world, the mom should have offered a raise to keep original poster on and avoid breaking a young girl's heart. I don't know whether that would have kept original poster on considering the other factors, but it seems the mom didn't even try. Instead, she expects her employees to make sacrifices for her daughter that she's not willing to even approach. I just have to say, if we're pointing fingers for valuing money over this young girl's emotional state, isn't that what the high-paid, never-home mother is doing? Not the butthole, and if the mother keeps pushing you up, feel free to turn her logic back on her. Yeah, mom should have adopted a couple of cats that can amuse themselves and be left alone for a couple of days with a clean litter box and a full bowl of dry food. Instead, she got one of those annoying human children that, strangely, want love and attention from their mother. For real, if you can afford to pay more but choose not to, then it's clearly about money for the parent as well. A child is more important than money, she screamed, coming home from her minimum 50-hour-a-week job to one of her 2 babysitters. Am I the only one seeing the hypocrisy here? This was the first thought I had. The mum has left her child for money, but damn anyone else who does the same. Not the butthole at all. Your career and future have to come before someone else's child and what was essentially a nice side gig before you became a full-time teacher. It was Op's mother who said that, not the mother of the kid she babysits. No, the kid's mother said this. Op's mother said a child is more important than money. The child's mother said original poster was making decisions based on money and she'd have trust issues after. Edit. The mother said breaking a young girl's heart for money, which is still blatant manipulation and still hypocrisy. No, the Op's mother said it. But it's different because in this case, it's my money, not yours. The mom probably. Not only that, but by taking a job in a school, even as a sub, she can impact all of those children. Agreed. Teaching is Op's career. Op, what happens when this kid grows up? You'll be out of a job, and having to leave your own prospects and future. It's not about the extra 10 an hour. It's about your future, your advancement, your pension, your experience, your CV. And a history of being a substitute will make it easier to get a job in the future. Subbing is hard. Not only that, what happens if she wants her own kids? A relationship, etc. She can't be at this family's beck and call. Yes, don't feel emotionally guilted into helping out. Do what is best for you, and do not let other adults manipulate you. Children are resilient, and it's the mom's responsibility to take care of her child. Do you really want to work for this woman who is capable of such manipulation? Your mom's response is also strange. She's putting someone else's child above her own child, you. You can try to explain this to the child to ease the transition, but honestly it's not your responsibility, and the mom might make the transition worse for the child by blaming you. NTA. This child's mother is the mother. She cannot rely on you or the other sitter to fill that void. It is time the child's mother start behaving like one and play an active role in her daughter's upbringing. NTA. Kids grow attached to babysitters, and this mom was attached to your convenience. You're studying to be a teacher, take the teaching job. Mom needs a nanny and to grow up. Exactly. There are plenty of people who do this as a long-term career, but I guess it's cheaper to hire a student babysitter and then try to manipulate them into staying long-term even when you know up front they are training for a different career. We let our nanny go yesterday. Our son is 7 and we WTF. Our son was hysterical. For 20 minutes. Now he's fine. The kid will get over it. Exactly. I was never a nanny, but I was the sole babysitter for a growing family from the time the oldest was 2 years old, and without siblings, until he was 14 and had 2 younger ones. The youngest was not here for her brother suddenly being the babysitter after all those years, but I grew up too and took on a position in my field. And we're all right. NTA. The mother definitely is. It's really hard being a single working mom, but you cannot blame an innocent bystander. You did your best. It was always going to be a temporary arrangement, either you would graduate or the child would no longer need a sitter. You could always decide to stay in touch with the child if you and the mom both think that's important. I did with a family where I babysat. I still go to birthdays and stay in touch. Congratulations on your new job. Thank you. I will message her that I would love to see my babysitter child a few times a month, but not for paid babysitting, only for spending time together. And thank you. I can't quite be excited for the job yet, but hopefully it will come. Don't offer that, you'll end up being an unpaid babysitter to an entitled parent. I second that. Given the mother's obviously manipulative and entitled nature, this is an awful idea. Do offer that if it's something you want. Don't do it if you would just do it because you feel guilty. And make sure to set boundaries, to not help out for free but on your own terms, spend the quality time you want. For example, you set the dates, not the parent. Agreed, do not take this child for free. The mom is already manipulating you, you will completely become a date night free babysitter. This. Given how the mother reacted, do not offer free babysitting. Better to offer to babysit occasionally, paid. The mother will have to hire a new nanny, but you could certainly babysit if she wants to go out in the evening or needs an occasional after-school sitter. What I can't understand is the audacity she has. Like, this is a job for you. Those extra $10 an hour could really help improve your quality of life. Naturally, you will take the job that offers you a future. I will message her that I would love to see my babysitter child a few times a month, but not for paid babysitting, only for spending time together. So, free babysitting? Don't do that. Give an inch, she'll take a mile. No, girl, you cannot be sharing custody with a child that isn't yours. You need to move on. If you don't now, then you will have to end it eventually, only you won't have the excuse of leaving as the reason. No, don't offer to babysit for free. She'll take advantage of you. You should get paid for your services. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.